This is going to be a big one. Welcome back to Mill Yard, everybody. My name's Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry. I do have Danny outside with me. Say happy birthday to me because it's my birthday. It's April 9th. And we've got a monster to do. So as you can see, I actually am starting to use a blackboard. Mr. Connor up there, who's at the top of the list, needs 14 2x12s by 12 feet long and 14 2x12s by 4 feet long. That's what we're going to work on my birthday. So as I realized, as I was going around measuring my logs to see what I was going to use for Mr. Connor's order, I came up with a realization that I'm kind of short on big pine logs that will do 2x12s by 12 foot long. I have plenty of them to 8-footers and even some small little 4-footers, big fat ones that I could do all of his 14 4-footers out of. But when it came to the 2x12s by 12, it was kind of slim pickings, except for this one. This one is 16.6 by 24 across, almost straight as an arrow. And if I play my cards right here, this log will do the whole order. And I should be able to cut it in about an hour. And it's 500 board feet at $1 a board foot. So that's a good payday for an hour on my birthday. What I'm going to try to do is I want to get, because it's 24 inches across, I want to end up with a 16-inch cant. And if I cut two 2x12s off the side of it, really what I want to end up with is 16 by 12. And if I cut two 2x12s off the side, I'm going to get 8 and 2 is 10. And then I should be able to get a flitch cut off each side to edge into a 2x12 to get me to my 14. So I need 18 by 18 to start. That's what I'm shooting for here. Well, it kind of sucks because I just filmed the whole section on loading this log on the mill, and somehow I didn't hit play. So what we're going to do is we're going to map out the theoretical center of this log. So right now inside the bark I got 26. I'm going to put a mark at 13. And let's do this way. I'm going to try to exclude that. How far up does it go? It goes pretty far up. I'm going to say this is 22. We're going to put a mark at 11. And then from 11, I want an 18-inch cant. So we're going to go up 9. Put a mark here. It doesn't look like we're going to make it there. Not 18-inch cant, but I want my top cut at 18. And here's the 18 bottom. Does not look like I'm going to make it there. Little voice over here. What I'm trying to do here is wrong. I needed 2 inches on each side, so I needed it 20 by 20, which I didn't have anyway. But doing what I did helped me get 3 flitches that ended up working out. So it worked out in the end overall, but it wasn't what I was intending because of a dumb math problem. My cuts on this log the way I want. So I'm going to make a mark on the top. Make a mark there. That's kind of where I want my top cut. This side cut, I'll plumb a line. And all these are guidelines to where if I want to get this whole order out of this one log, I need to hit these lines. And the bottom line. And then this side line here. Okay. So for me to get this entire order out of this log, I really need these to be my outside cuts. And then I'm going to get a 2-inch slab here, a 2-inch slab here, 2-inch slab here, 2-inch slab here, that are all going to be flitches that are going to edge off into 2x12's. And then the center is going to end up being 16 by 12 wide, or 12 wide. It's looking like it's going to be 12 wide this way by 16. I'll take 2 slab cuts off of those to get me to my 12, and then I'll have my 16. I'll mow down through the 16. That gets 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's my 14 boards that I need, 2x12 by 16, 6, to end up with 14 12-footers and 14 4-footers. All right, so I've got the mill warming up. What we're going to do is we're going to start peeling this thing apart. Now, if we can't get what we need to get, at least we'll get the center core portion of it if we don't get our 4 jacket cuts on the outside that we need. But at least we're going to make an attempt at it. So I'm actually just going to come down to my line, make a cut, see what happens, and then we're going to find out if this mill will flip a log like this. All right, so I'm going to take my top cut at 20. That's just a, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch above my line. I am clear. Hopefully this gives us a 12-inch opening face, and we'll take it from there. I'm optimistic. That wasn't bad. These are obviously going to be monster slab cuts. I think overall, I think I got a 12-inch board in that cut, in the top here. Now, if I can get this 90 degrees, and I'm not sure I can, but if I can roll it 90 degrees and get it square, that saves all of the clearance problems. If I have to roll it all the way over, I have to deal with the same clearance problems I had on the top. But if I can go 90 degrees and then mill it this side off, and then go 90 degrees and mill the other side off, all my clearance problems go away. Just make sure I'm square. Yeah, it looks really square. So let's try it right there. Let's see what happens. The one thing I've learned so far is that I can turn a 4,000-pound log with the turner. It's about all I've learned so far. But all I really need is a 12-inch face on the top. I don't think I have it, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to spin it again, cut the other side off, and then we'll deal with Wayne as we get there. I'd like to take a flitch off this right now, but I don't know what the other side's going to look like. I'll take a measurement when I get down here. This is kind of going to be a marathon video a little bit. This isn't going to be a little 20-minute thing. I will fast forward through most of the cutting just so, let me see how wide I am here. Yeah, so I'm 10 inches on my narrow. I'm 8 inches on my narrow spot here. 1 flitch will be perfect if I have it. Well, I think we're going to wait. Let's flip it. All right, so we're going to come to our 18 line on this side. I don't need to look at my line here. I can just come to 18. It's right there. We're going to take it off right there. So I definitely have my 4-footer and not necessarily have my 12-footer. It's really close though. There'd be a little wane on it if I did it. I think I'm going to drop to 16 and take a flitch. Doing everything on inch mark, so they'll actually be 1 7/8 thick. Looks like I'm clear. So right now, I think I was 2 inches off of my calculation on the outside. Instead of going to 18, it would have needed to go bigger than that. So we're gonna find out, but to get to my 16 by 12, I think I'm short. I think I'm short on material right now. I miscalculated my 4 flitch cuts on the outside. Hey guys, I wanted to add a little voiceover here to explain what's going on right now, what I'm talking about. When I originally laid out the 18 on the outside, that's only an inch outside the 16. It would have needed to be 2 inches on each side, so it would needed to be 4 inches bigger than 16 or 20 inches on the outside. So I only left enough room really to take 2 flitch cuts instead of 4. Gonna need gas in my hydraulics. So I miscalculated by 2 boards for sure. And that was kind of a mistake to take it off of that side, to be honest with you, because I could have taken it off a better side. But we're gonna make as much out of it as we can. So I gotta put gas in the hydraulics. All right, got the gas in the hydraulics, and what we're gonna do is bring this back and flip it up. All right, we'll fire up the top, take the top off it. I'm gonna go to 18. Looks pretty good right there. Just go to that. So I definitely have a 2x12 here. So we're gonna take it out right now. We're at 18, we're gonna come to 16. Take it back. It's not a 2x12 right now, it's a 2x16. It's a little clean to take it. Don't want to do this right now. I'll tell you why. I want to take it out of the next cleaner face. That one kind of is going to stink. What am I wide? 16 wide by 18 high. I think I want to flip this on its side, take one out of this face. That'll give me a 2x12 here. I think I want to take one out of this face, get myself to 12 wide here, and mill my 12 wide in this dimension because I'm so high. That's at least my initial thought right now. So I think we want to flip it on its side, take a 2-inch cut out, and then flip it all the way over, take a 2-inch cut out, then just flip it up and mill it out. So I think right now we're at 16, yep, perfect. When I come to 14, and we're gonna want to dump this one in the carriage. Then we're gonna flip it all the way over and do the same thing on the other side and get rid of most of the weight on the other side. Then we're gonna mill it out top to bottom. We'll be 12 wide and max this way. All right, we'll come back. We're going to take a 2-inch one off this side to get us to 12, and then we'll flip the thing up and mill it out. All right, we'll dump this one in the carriage. Then we should be 12 high here. Perfect. And how long are we? We're 18, so we get 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got 12 out of 14. So we can start taking 2x12s off the top until we can't take anymore. And then we'll have to offload those and mill through the whole thing. The only one that's going to have wane's the bottom one. The bottom one's going to have a little wane in it. We have 9 here. I think we're 18 high. Yep. So we get 9 here, 10, 11, 12. We're going to need 2 more. We're going to have to find a log to do the last 2, which kind of stinks. But I can do a 12-footer and a 4-footer. There's nothing that I could do about that. You know, these flitches aren't, this one looks big, but it's nothing on the other end. So there's nothing that I could do about that. This was just maximizing the log, and is what it is. Pick it up above 18, rip it back, cut it to 14. The Stellicut is set perfectly for that. Again, up above 18, rip it back, take it to 12. Here's a little trick for Brian. I see Brian at SLC Farm. Here's a little trick for you, Brian. Instead of shoving this over to get clearance, all I have to do is pull the top one over here. All right, I'm gonna have to do some unloading. I'm gonna have to go dump these flitches, these slab cuts, my lord, flitches. I'm gonna have to go dump these slab cuts and unload what's on there onto my 16-foot bunk. I've got to get some sleepers down underneath them. Casey comes with a trailer and I have to pick it up with the bobcat. And then when we come back, we'll mill out the rest of it. And then off camera, I'll edge the flitches, hopefully end up with that 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I'll have to find another log. Now, the good part about what I just did is that I do have a 4-foot, 5-foot log out there that'll do 2x12s. I can definitely find something that's at least 18 inches for just 12 feet, I think. So I don't think I'll have a problem milling the rest of it. And I'm only going to need a couple. I do have a huge order for construction lumber. If you look at this board right here, you see Ralph Alfieri's order here, my tree guy. A whole bunch of 2x stock. 2x4s by 8 feet long. So I'm not hurting anything. I can, if something doesn't work, I can mill it for 2x4s. But for now, I'm going to go move this stuff around and be back with you guys in a few minutes to mill it out. Before I dump these on my lumber bunks, I want to show you how flat the Stellicut pan cut. There's no gap in the seam. This one's just up a little bit, but there's no gap in the seam. This one's up a little bit, but there's no gap in the seam. That's how flat the Stellicut band cut. Look at that. That's freaking amazing. Perfectly flat, perfectly straight edges. I mean, you could glue this together into a tabletop right now. That's how perfect these seams came out. It's incredible, incredible. All right, so we're 10 high right now. I edged everything off. I got all of it but one board over in the pile, and we're gonna finish this one out. Come down to 8. Up above 10, rip it back. Go down to 6. Up above 10, rip it back. Come down to 4. Up above 10. We're going to go back just so that we don't bump into this. We're going to pull this over just a hair. Same thing on this side. We'll drop down to 2 and finish it off. Yep, just for and in case that he flips out about weighing, there's only weighing on 2 boards. There's a little bit of weighing on that one. There's a little bit of weighing on the bottom one. In case he flips out about weighing, I have to cut 4 more. I need an 8 by 12 by 12 foot long. I have to go find a log out back that's going to fit that. Pull that down. Get these all dumped on the stack. If I cut 2 extras, he can probably get the 2 4-footers that he needs out of the ones with weighing on them. That one has no weighing on the end. It's got really no, a little bit of weighing on this end. So one way or another, the priority is to cut 4 more 12-footers. because I have 12 of the 14 right now. 2 have Wayne. We'll count it as 10. I need 4 more. Keep in mind, that band we're cutting with is a resharp Stellicut. So if you saw my sharpening video, that's what you get out of it. These are, I'll bring you over before I wrap up here. These are perfectly straight, perfectly flat, perfect corners, no waves. That whole log, just to think about it this way, was over 500 board feet. That one log would have wiped a normal band, or a normal band would have been waving all over the place, I guess is what I want to say. But let's take a look down the edges of this. There he is, Danny the dog, sleeping in the dirt. So if I show you down the edges of these, at how perfect they are. These aren't just good, they're perfect. Nice and straight, no waves in them at all. There's not a single bump in them. So that Stellicut band cut that big log, 500 board feet. It's a $500 order. Not, counting what is out here. It's a $500 order. That's over 10 Stellicut bands. So just to keep it in context, when you think about it, that one resharp so far, and it's cutting perfect right now, there's nothing wrong with it, has already paid for 10 more bands, just sharpening it that one time like I showed you guys. It's already paid for more than 10 bands, really 12, 480. So it's paid for 12 bands, just that one sharpening. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I want to go in and watch some of the Masters Par 3 tournament. I'm going to just pull a clamp away, pick this up with the toe boards, come in, grab the rest of the stack and dump them over there. And I do have to cut a 6x8 cedar off my list over there. And I'm really debating whether I'm just going to do it right now while I'm all set up. Whether I want to go pull that log right now and just cut that and get it out of the way. So then tomorrow I can cut the one log, really one log for this, and be done with these 2 orders. So I'm going to call this a video, and we'll get back at it. But for myself and for Danny in the dirt, Pirate Solutions out.